Government Television. Welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Originating from the County Administrative Center, located at 1115 Truxton Avenue in Bakersfield, California. Grounded in ideas, energy, and innovation, Kern County's vision is to be a driving force for the world's fifth largest economy. And our mission is to exceed expectations of the communities we serve, changing the way they feel about government, those who manage it, and the services it provides. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Good morning. Welcome to the regular meeting, Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. The Board of Supervisors, Board to reconvene. The first item is roll call.
Supervisor Peters.
Here.
Supervisor Scrivener.
Here.
Supervisor Flores.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez. Here.
Thank you. The next item is the flag salute. It'll be led this morning by Private First Class Anthony Noble, who was born in Bakersfield and raised in Taft and Bakersfield. He's a North High grad and an Eagle Scout from Troop 410. Yeah, you can cheer for that. He was also a longtime Ronald McDonald House employee before he began working for the county. He is active in the veteran community and embarked on the mission of helping veterans due to his own negative experiences with the VA. I'm sorry to hear that. He is currently a Veteran Services representative and a staunch advocate for veterans benefits. He served from 2005 to 2010 in the U.S. Army as a wheeled vehicle mechanic. He served most of his time at Fort Sill and Iraq, and he is now a proud husband and a father to 4 girls. Welcome. And at the conclusion of the flag salute, please remain standing for a moment of prayer, silence, or meditation, whichever you prefer. Thank you.
Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Noble, and thank you for your service to our country. The next item is the pet of the week, so I'll ask Nick Cullen to come out and see who he's got for us today. Morning, Nick.
Good morning,
What do you got today?
Good morning, Chairman Couch, members of the board. I brought with me Ella. Ella is, she's still a puppy, but she's a Chihuahua miniature pinscher mix. She came into the shelter. Her owner can no longer provide care, but she's available for adoption right now. She's a very sweet girl at the Kern County Animal Shelter.
She's got her eye on Supervisor Perez over there. Right.
You're right.
Okay, well, let's find Ella forever home. Thank you, Nick.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you for that. Next item is the consent agenda. All items listed with a CA or a C above the item number are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. We can act on those all in one vote. The consent agenda starts on page 2 and it goes to page 6. It's items 1 through 33, but well, let me say this. There are 33 items on the agenda. Items 1, 5, and 6 are not on the consent agenda. Everything else is on the consent agenda. We can act on those all in one motion. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment or ask a question about any item that is on the consent agenda, which is everything other than 1, 5, and 6? Seeing none, I'll return it to the board for
Motion on consent.
Second.
You have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you. That brings us back to item 1 at the top of page 2, and it is a resolution honoring Jamie Henderson for 40 years of dedicated service to the Kern County Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission and the Juvenile Justice Coordinating Council. And I have the honor of making that presentation, so I'll make a motion on the resolution.
Second.
Thank you. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
So I will read, this is Jamie Henderson, members of the board. I'll read the resolution. I'm going to turn it over to our probation chief, Bill Dickinson, who would like to make some comments as well, right? Okay. It reads, it's an honoring and commending Jamie Henderson for 40 years of dedicated service to Kern County. It reads, whereas Jamie Henderson was appointed to the Kern County Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Commission, otherwise hereafter known as the Commission, on September 13th, 1984. In 2006, he became the chairman of the Commission and has served in that leadership role for the past 18 years. And the Commission is comprised of volunteer commissioners appointed by the presiding judge of the juvenile court. Mr. Henderson has guided the work and helped fulfill the mission of the Commission by inquiring into the administration of juvenile law and ensuring the highest standards of care and services for youth detained at the county's juvenile justice facilities. Excuse me. Additionally, Mr. Henderson has served on the Kern County Juvenile Justice Coordinating Council, hereafter known as the Council, as an at-large community representative for the past 28 years. Been busy. The Council is a multi-agency advisory board established by the Kern County Board of Supervisors. The Council is responsible for approving a comprehensive multi-agency plan that identifies resources and strategies for providing an effective continuum of response for the prevention, intervention, supervision, treatment, and incarceration of juvenile offenders. During his tenure on both the Council and the Commission, he helped guide and facilitate the construction of the Larry J. Rhodes Kern Crossroads facility, that was in 2004, the Camp Irwin Owen Land Exchange in 2009, the construction of the Camp Irwin Owen Dining Hall and Kitchen in 2012. In addition, he has provided oversight and numerous changes as the result of changing regulations and new legislation. Mr. Henderson served as a great leader and mentor to all newly appointed members of the Commission. His wealth of knowledge and history of the juvenile justice system and community-based services for youth has been a remarkable and tremendous resource for the Commission, Council, courts, and the Kern County Probation Department. His 4 decades of service to the Commission and the Council are unparalleled. His professional background as educator and education administrator has afforded the Council and Commission wise counsel. He has proven to be an invaluable resource to both. His exemplary service and dedication and commitment to serving youth and our community are appreciated, to say the least, and commended, and he is wished the very best in all of his future endeavors. Now, therefore, it is resolved that the Board of Supervisors of the County of Kern, State of California, does hereby honor and commend Jamie Henderson upon his 40 years of outstanding and dedicated service to the residents of Kern County. Jamie, it's dated today, March 12th. It's signed by the very austere group known as the Board of Supervisors. And I just want to, I've known Jamie a long, long time. And you've always been a friend and a mentor to me as well. And I just want to thank you for that. But all of this is, 40 years is a long time. Good for you. Thanks, Jamie. Chief Dickinson would like to say a few words also. Chief.
Thanks, Supervisor. Thank you, Chairman Couch and members of the board. I appreciate you taking the opportunity to recognize the 4 decades of service Jamie Henderson selflessly gave to the Juvenile Justice Commission and Juvenile Justice Coordinating Council. And while I'm here to talk about Jamie, based on the height of these 2 guys beside me here, it's clear that I'm also here because this team needed a point guard. So I could do that. So to put 4 decades of service into perspective, here are a couple of fun facts from 1984. In 1984, when Jamie was first sworn in, it was a couple months before Ronald Reagan was elected to his 2nd term as president. The late, great Alex Trebek took the podium as host of Jeopardy for the first time, and Ghostbusters was a blockbuster hit in theaters. And in 1984, I turned 12 years old. And interestingly enough, it was around that time that I first met Jamie. He was my principal at Rosedale Union School. He has not let me forget this, and throughout my career in probation, he has threatened to revoke my 8th grade diploma on several occasions. I'm glad he doesn't have the authority to do that anymore, I think. So. But as we honor him today, the number 7 comes to mind. 7 is the number of probation chiefs he has worked with during his time on the commission, 7 of us. And I'm confident I can speak for each of them who came before me when I offer my most sincere thanks and appreciation to Jamie for his efforts, and most importantly, his wise counsel on matters pertaining to his work on the council and on leadership in general. He's an invaluable resource, wealth of knowledge, person of character, and truly a man after God's own heart. So with the board's indulgence, in addition to this resolution, I would also like to present Jamie with the Probation Department Challenge Coin. And our Challenge Coin we give out for exemplary service, and in one side it has our Kern County Probation emblem. The other side it has a quote from Winston Churchill about courage. It says, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen." And I thought that really spoke to what Jamie has done over 40 years of his service on the commission. He sat down and listened to the things that the probation department was doing and wanted to do, and he also had the courage to stand up and speak and help guide us along the way. So Jamie, thank you for your service to the probation department. You've always been a great friend and ally to the department, and a great leader and example to follow. So I'd love to give you this challenge coin as well. Thank you. All yours.
Okay. Well, I want to thank Chairman Couch and the Board of Supervisors for this resolution. I'm very touched by it. I really have to thank God for providing me the opportunity to have been with the probation department for 40 years. It has been a true labor of love, I'm going to tell you. As Chief Dickinson said, I've worked with 7 chiefs, starting with T. Glenn Brown back in the 80s, and the chiefs have been incredible to work with. I want to thank my family. My wife, Kathy, is here, our son, Josh, his wife, Brenda, and then our daughter, Jill, and her husband, Paul, who live in Colorado, for their support during my time away serving on the commission. Most of all, I want to thank the Kern County Probation Department. It has been incredible to see the men and women and the dedication and their commitment to service that they give to the youth that they're serving in those juvenile facilities and on probation, and to the adult side as well. They do an incredible job. It has been a pleasure to watch them. They are a keystone of the law enforcement community in Kern County, and the citizens of Kern County are better for the Kern County Probation Department. They truly get my highest accolade, and I will miss the opportunities to be among them, but wish them well going forward. So again, thank you very much.
Chairman Couch, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to say a few words here. Jamie, you have been a fixture here at the county as long as I've been here. From my time as a public defender, planning commissioner, you have a very distinct character in your nature, that you're an unforgettable person. I didn't know you were leaving, and I'm sad to see you go, but I'm happy for your next chapter and thankful for your contributions over the decades. The probation department has really evolved. It has grown into something that I think Kern County should be very proud of. It's got excellent leaders. I meet with probation officers on a regular basis, and clearly, you know, your stamp, you know, on that process has been profound. And I have to admit, I'm sad to see you go. But I wish you the best, and I will remember you fondly.
Thank you for that. That takes us to item 5, which is public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for members or persons to address the board on any matter that is not on our agenda but is under the jurisdiction of the board. As usual, we try to keep this to 2 minutes. I know you can do it. I've seen it done before. Good morning.
Chairman Couch, Board of Supervisors, good morning. My name is Tom Pavich, P-A-V-I-C-H. I am the Kern County Coordinator for the Election Integrity Project. Needless to say, March 5th, Election Day, is my Super Bowl. And I was asked to call into a local radio talk show and give a report on what things were happening. And one of the things I brought to the attention was I was asked, is there anything new about this election? And my answer was yes, AB 626. You have a copy of it in your hands. And I'll read to you the important part that's highlighted. This bill would authorize a voter to vote their vote by mail ballot without the identification envelope if the voter returns the envelope in person at the polling place designated for the voter's home precinct. So what that means, you can, in the comfort of your home, in the privacy of your home, take your vote by mail VBM, fill it in, come into your precinct, check in on table 1, and as long as you're qualified to vote, you can walk into table 2. But instead of being handed a live ballot, you can just take your vote by mail ballot and put it in the ballot box. I presented that to the public, and subsequent to that, my phone blew up. I got phone calls from voters and observers saying that we're unable to do that. The election folks are unaware of it, and we haven't been able to do that. And so I called down to the elections office to find out what the reason was, and I was told that, well, our system can't handle it. Our system can't handle it. So I looked into it, and Kern County is one of 3 counties, to my knowledge, that was unable to implement this new AB 626. I looked into it further, and I was finally told by Laura Cantu that it's our poll books, our brand new poll books that we bought, were unable to allow this process. And I don't understand it, because the poll book is there to determine whether you've already voted or not. And if you haven't voted, you walk over to table 2 and get a fresh ballot. So what's the difference between getting a fresh ballot and using your VBM that you brought from home to vote? So with that, I think it requires an answer from the elections department further beyond just that our system wouldn't accommodate that. And with that, I will close. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pavich. Certainly.
Mr. Pavich, always nice to see you. And you are a consummate gentleman, as always. So thank you. So is this about ballots that were turned in without the envelope that has the name printed on the outside of it? Is that what you're distinctly talking about?
Yes. You according to AB 626, you should be able to bring your ballot that was mailed to you in an envelope.
Correct.
To a precinct. You've got to check in like you would like you're voting in person. Okay. And the only difference is, instead of getting a fresh ballot to vote in person, you take your own vote by mail ballot out of the envelope and deposit it into the ballot box.
Okay.
And so for voters that want to vote in person and not go through the signature verification process and the risk of their ballot being duplicated or adjudicated and not voted,
sure,
they know that their ballot has been placed into the ballot box.
Okay. By bringing in their original envelope or the envelope that was sent to their home with the ballot that was sent to their home.
That is correct.
Fill that out, bring it in, take it out of the envelope if you brought it in the envelope, and then turn that in person, which is really your ballot. That
is correct. Once you have checked into the first table and it's verified that you are a voter in that precinct.
Okay, got it. So your issue is that folks were not able to do that?
That is correct.
That they were forced then to vote a provisional ballot?
Well, either provisional ballot, or they could have voted with a live ballot and go to the voting booth and fill out a brand new ballot.
Okay. So the issue is that the voter wants to return their actual ballot that they were able to fill out in the privacy of their home, and with time, they could just simply come in and turn it in. And you're saying that was not able to occur? That's
correct. Kern County was one of, to my knowledge, 3 counties that were unable to do that. Ventura and Los Angeles were the others.
Strange. I thought we were able to. So thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Supervisor Perez. Did you want to speak to that, Supervisor Peters? Okay. We'll be next.
Good morning, supervisors. My name is Bill Fallgatter, F-A-L-L-G-A-T-T-E-R. The Kern Citizens Voters Committee, which is right here, we have a statement to read. I'll be first, and then there'll be 6 folks after me. Thank you for your attention. First of all, we'd like to thank you, all of you, all 5 of you, members of the Kern County Board of Supervisors, for allowing the Kern County Council to request from the California Secretary of State the 4 required items needed to verify digitized vote totals. The Secretary of State should agree to send them to Kern County, but if she refuses or does not respond to the board's request within 2 weeks, we must then return to the trusted hand counting system for the November election. Our committee has additional information in regard to the 2022 election vote results, which will help justify replacing our current failed machine counting system. We also want the Kern County Bar Association to be informed on our election problems and support the Board of Supervisors' valiant effort to make Kern's elections fair and honest. The Kern County Bar Association's platform includes, quote, foster cooperation and goodwill between the legal profession and the community, end quote. So yesterday we mailed each of the 13 directors this same compiled information. Very few people in Kern County are aware that Dominion Machine's counting contract with Kern County contains restrictions which Kern did not remove before signing the contract. Kern's own failure for not making corrections has resulted in losing the integrity of our sacred election system. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Folgatter. Next speaker, please. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Ron Barger. The Kern County Council was negligent in their professional duty. They failed to advise the Kern County Board of Supervisors in regard to the citizens' right to review the election results and to maintain continuous control over county data in their 3-year contract with Dominion. California State Assembly has recently broken both a federal and state law by passing a bill that banned most of the California voters from having their ballots counted by hand. The cancellation of hand counting leaves the remaining option to only machine counting. But Kern County can still use the hand counting system because the legal law states hand counting of ballots in lieu of utilizing a voting system is permitted by law. California Elections Code 15270, 15290, 19207, California Elections 15372 and 15375. See the federal and state law attachment. Also attached is our February 13th letter read to Kern County Board of Supervisors at the morning session of the public board meeting. Our committee revealed 2 critical areas of concern by using the machine counting method. First, Kern County's current contract with Dominion Voting Systems Company contractually restricts our Kern County election employees from viewing how the votes are being digitally counted. Thank you.
Mr. Barger, would you mind if we had that, what you were reading from?
No, not at all.
You cited some things there that I didn't jot down, so it would help me if we had that. Thank you.
Somebody's listening.
Can you make copies for us, please? Thank you. No, we don't need it right away, just anytime today. Good morning.
Good morning, Board. Name's Jess Sanders, Jes, Sanders. All paper ballots from the precinct walk-in voters, drop-in voters, mail-in voters are machine counted at the county headquarters. It captures a voter's candidate selections, which are then digitally copied. The information is now counted digitally in secret. If the scanners are malfunctioning, the digital totals could deviate from the original paper ballot totals without the Kern employees knowing it. Also, once it is digitized, any person has the ability to electronically change the vote totals. Second, most rational people would agree that after reading the Kern County's official elections result in June 7, 2022 gubernatorial primary election, it appears to show the vote manipulation. It reveals the machine's counting method can be used to select rather than to elect who wins or loses the race. Kern County Bar Association directors can go to the Kern Board of Supervisors website and select Kern County Board of Supervisors 9 a.m. meeting Tuesday, February 13, 2024. They can view the meeting on the video, then go to section 25, 30 minutes into the meeting, and this is where our committee evidence was given to the board. The board chairman deferred a response to our evidence by saying Amy Espinoza, the head of the Kern County Department, would respond to our charges in the afternoon session, as she was not currently present as scheduled. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. By the way, Ms. Espinoza notified me last night that she was unable to be here this morning. Just FYI.
Saw her out in the hall.
I'm sorry?
I just saw her.
Russell, R-U-S-S-E-L-L, person, P-E-R-S-O-N, as in human being. Now, after viewing the morning session, go to the board's website again and enter Kern County Board of Supervisors 2 p.m. meeting for Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, and advance to 44:22 minutes into the session. This begins Amy Espinoza's rebuttal to our committee's charges by her saying the following. First, I would like to begin by sharing information I found on the Federal Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency website regarding foreign influence operation and disinformation. While the information is titled foreign, I believe it applies to inaccurate statements made this morning. Misinformation is false, but not created or shared with intention of causing harm. Disinformation is deliberately created to mislead, harm, or manipulate a person, social groups, organizations, country, or county. Malinformation is based on fact, but used out of context to mislead, harm, or manipulate. Foreign or domestic actors use misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation campaigns to cause chaos, confusion, and division. These maligned actors are seeking to undermine our democratic institutions and national cohesiveness. Some false statements made in the morning presentation, and I quote, Kern County's election system is completely unreliable, end of quote. She made statements that disregard the large amount of factual information that was revealed. It did seem that the main goal of her rebuttal was just to attack the integrity of our committee.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
My name is Glenn Clayton, C-L-A-Y-T-O-N. Sorry. The number of voter ballots that Kern counted to produce the official Kern County election results for June 7th, 2022 gubernatorial primary election range from 111,337 to 82,389 ballots, depending on if they were multiple candidate races or single candidate unopposed races. The 2022 Election Administration and the Vote Survey reported the true number of ballots counted was 166,188. There were 438,219 ballots the Kern Election Department sent to the voters, but 237,855 were either returned undeliverable or not returned from the voter or replaced by another ballot. Additional voided ballots caused by signatures not matching signatures on the record or the voter already cast another ballot for other reasons reduced the number of countable ballots to 166,188. Attached are the 6-page voting results for the 2022 election. On page 1 of 6, you will find the multiple candidates. Governor's race had a 111,337 vote count, since the reported counted ballot total was 166,188. It made a difference of 54,811 missing votes. Question: where did these votes go? And which candidates got their vote? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is John Harding, Harding. Even a worst example of manipulation is the district attorney's uncontested race on page 5 of 6, where she received 89,717 votes and not 166,188 votes. Since she lost 76,471 votes, the election department can no longer say 76,471 voters left their ballots not marked for this race, while 89,717 voters did mark their ballots for Cynthia Zimmer. On page 5 shows the race of the auditor, controller, county clerk, which includes the election department. This was a multiple candidates race. Amy Espinoza got 50,909 votes, and Mark McKenzie received 49,974. Espinoza only won by 1% of the total votes. The vote total was 100,884, which when subtracted from the recorded counted 166,188 ballots, there were 65,304 lost ballots. Could the majority of these lost votes been for Mark McKenzie? Thank you.
Mr. Harding.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Pamela Reese, R-E-E-C-E. In case you didn't know, Kern citizens are becoming educated to the truth about Kern County elections' digitized vote counting systems, and now realize that it is a total scam perpetrated on the voters. The only way to accurately know the true number of legal votes and voters counted in Kern County is to hand count the official paper ballots for one of the races in the June 7th, 2022 election. By using the auditor, controller, county clerk race as an example, it would give us the total number of eligible voters, the true number of legal votes cast, and also answer the question of who actually won that race. Most of the problems our nation faces today are deeply rooted in dishonest elections, which unfairly and unlawfully elect government officials who do not put the welfare of their citizens' constitutional rights above their own ambitions, nor do they care that they further tarnish the good reputation of the United States. These people do not deserve to be in office. The word malfeasance comes to mind. As supervisors, maybe it would be interesting if you could supervise the next upcoming election on March 19th. That would be interesting. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Reese.
I'm going to start the second half of our presentation on the Election Assistance Commission. Good morning, board. My name is Charles Shin. I am a retired Marine, S-H-I-N-N. Overview summary compiled from the 2022 EVAS published report by concerned citizens in response to Judicial Watch letter giving notice of violation of the National Voter Registration Act of 1993. That is 52 U.S.C. 20507. 30 October 2023 to Secretary of State Shirley Ann Weber. Within the letter, Judicial Watch asserts, quote, as you are no doubt aware, the NVRA was intended to both increase the number of eligible citizens who register and protect the integrity of the electoral process and ensure that accurate and current voter rolls are maintained, unquote. Counties did not report any data whatsoever to the EAC regarding removals under Section 8D, 1, and B. Instead, in relevant columns where the data should have been, survey response for each of these counties merely states, quote, data not available. Kern County is listed with 19 other counties under this condition. Note, we entered, quote, no data reported, where Kern County entered, quote, data not available. Notice, as of 5 March, a week ago, or less than a week ago, Judicial Watch already filed suit with the state of Illinois over such items as we're talking about today. Total forms received. Voters who submitted by mail, fax, or email, no data reported. Voters who registered in person, no data reported. Voters who submitted online, no data reported. Motor Vehicle Office issuing driver's licenses and automatic registration, no data reported. Vehicle Assistance Office registration, no data reported. State-funded agencies serving the disabled, no data reported. Armed Forces, no data reported. Other agencies, no data reported. And advocacy groups and political parties, no data reported. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shin.
Good morning, Chairman Couch and board members. Dennis McLean, MCLEAN. New registrations. Voters who submitted applications by mail, fax, or email, no data reported. Voters who registered in person, no data reported. Voters who submitted their forms online, no data reported. Motor vehicle offices that issue driver's license, no data reported. Public assistant offices as registration, no data reported. State-funded agencies serving persons with disabilities, no data reported. Armed Forces offices, no data reported. Other agencies designated by the state, no data reported. Advocacy groups and political parties, no data reported. Duplicates of existing registrations. Voters who submitted applications by mail, no data reported. Voters who registered in person, no data reported. Voters who submitted their forms via online, no data reported. Motor vehicle offices that issue driver's licenses, no data reported. Public assistant officers as registration sites, no data reported. State-funded agencies serving persons with disabilities, no data reported. Armed Forces, no data reported. Other agencies designated by the state, no data reported. Advocacy groups and political parties, no data reported. Invalid or rejected registrations. Voters who submitted application by mail, fax, or email, no data reported. Voters who registered in person, no data reported. Voters who submitted their forms via online, no data reported. Motor vehicle officers that issued driver's licenses, no data reported. Public assistance agencies as registration sites, no data reported. State-funded agencies serving people with disabilities, no data reported. Other agencies designated by the state, no data reported. Registration from advocacy groups and political parties, no data reported. Thank you.
Mr. McLean. Supervisor Perez.
Dennis, can I ask you a question, brother?
Surely.
First of all, this is a very effective presentation of your issues.
Why, thank you.
And
A lot of work went into this.
I can tell, and I appreciate it. Thank you. You know, we've obviously got to address this stuff, and can't get into me personally, I don't have the information to get into the weeds of it, but I just want to know as a larger matter, Dennis, are there outcomes of this last election that you believe are not reflective of the community's honest interest and honest vote? This is a separate matter. This is very effective, and we're going to get to the bottom of it. I promise you, Dennis. But is there an outcome here that you're upset about, or you feel does not reflect the will and the heart of the voters?
I think the current system is corrupted. We need to, in turn, go back to paper ballots, same-day voting, voter ID, like we did for 200 plus years. That's our objective,
okay.
And it's and this is evidenced in support.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. This is a very good report. Thank you, Dennis.
You're welcome.
So I'll drive that same point home. Good morning. Andy Hensel, HEN-SEL. As to the total confirmation of registration notices sent to voters, notices received back from voter confirmation registration, no data was reported by Ms. Espinoza. Notices confirming registration should be invalidated, no data reported. Notices returned as undeliverable, no data reported. Unreturned confirmation notices, no data reported. As to total voters removed from the registration rolls 2020 to 2022, voters who moved outside of jurisdiction, no data reported. Death, no data reported. Disqualifying felony, no data reported. Failure to respond to confirmation notices sent, no data reported. Voter declared mentally incompetent, no data reported. Voter request to be removed, no data reported. As to emails and other modes, total number, no data reported. Uniformed service voters, no data reported. Non-military civilian overseas voters, no data reported. As to mail ballot curing, total number successfully cured, no data reported. As to early voting, total number of poll workers, no data reported. As to casting provisional ballots, voters' registration was not updated with their current name or address, no data reported. Voter was issued a mail ballot but did not surrender the ballot, no data reported. A federal or state judge extended the polling place hours for the election. No data was reported by Ms. Espinoza. Thank you.
Thank you. You all can just nod. Question: has this, and I just don't know, have you guys submitted this information to Ms. Espinoza, or is this the first time you've given it publicly to anyone?
First time.
First time? Okay, thank you. So she does not have it yet, or she does have it?
This information, the second half of our
Okay. Yeah, let me get you to come to the microphone, please. Thank you.
excuse me, the second half of our briefing, the EAS report, the EVAS, exactly which is the voter survey, it's online. It's a Secretary of State's website. You can look up this information.
But what you're submitting to us, you have not submitted to her. I get where it comes from and all that, but
We attempted to, we had a meeting upstairs, and she declined to discuss any of it because of the impending Judicial Watch potential for a lawsuit.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Other public statements this morning on any topic? Good morning.
Good morning, Board of Supervisors. My name is Dr. Rebecca Rivera, R-E-B-E-C-C-A.
I'm sorry, could you repeat your full name?
My name is Dr. Rebecca Rivera, R-I-V-E-R-A.
Thank you.
Good morning, Honorable Board of Supervisors. I joined Kern Medical as a full-time faculty in 2020, earning the position of Program Director after 2 out of the 4 years receiving Faculty of the Year for Education. I received the program director after the OB residents insisted that Dr. Juan Lopez step down as the program director. I assumed this role, making the beginning of a challenging period for me. I am requesting that you look into the conduct of Dr. Juan Lopez and Dr. Goldis for their unfair treatment of women, the misuse of power, faculty turnover, conflict of interest, questionable medical billing, and their relapses when it comes to patient safety. For over 30 years, I've managed to work for Kern Medical at one capacity or in another, and I've never once been called to HR. Yet in August 2023, I was placed on paid administrative leave for 5 months, costing the taxpayers in excess of $140,000. What concerns me is that male faculty have been reported to HR, and yet not one of the male faculty in our department have faced similar disciplinary actions. Dr. Lopez has been involved in the removal or dismissal of faculty by employing unethical tactics, misrepresenting the facts to administration. This affected the work environment and performance of colleagues, ultimately leading to constructive dismissal. Kern then went on to spend $50,000 on leadership trainings for Dr. Lopez, yet he still lacks the necessary skills to effectively lead the department, impacting the quality of resident education and patient care. We are facing a critical shortage of qualified OBGYNs, and the departure of 3 of the 5 women in our department over the last year and a half leads us to a lack of diverse perspective and mentorship for our residents, which are predominantly women. Dr. Goldis, on the other hand, has used his position to interfere with our resident selection process, demanding that his A-team members, his candidates, take priority even if they do not meet the minimal screening criteria for residency. He did it in 2020, again attempted in 2023, and I'm sure his A-team member will be part of the residency group this Friday. When scheduled to fulfill duties, Dr. Juan Lopez, going back to Dr. Lopez, instead of performing his duties as program directors, he was double billing.
Dr. Rivera, you've exceeded your 2-minute time period, but you can submit anything you'd like either through email or in writing.
I'd like 10 more seconds if that's okay.
Okay, but you can still submit it in email or in writing if that's okay.
I will.
Okay.
So Dr. Lopez did not fulfill his program director duties, and he was double billing and garnished himself an additional $60,000 in 2020. Kern Medical also disregards patient safety. Medical students are being asked to physically hold roaming operating room lights to ensure sufficient exposure during surgeries. Instead of fixing those lights, what we do, we're spending $200,000 on machines that our patients don't ever use. So I really ask that you respectfully request that you address these concerns to improve the department's culture, prioritize patient safety, and promote the well-being of our department. Thank you very much for your time.
Would you mind sending that to us?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Val.
I'm sorry, Supervisor Perez.
Dr. Rivera, thank you for your time. Can we meet, please? If you could please contact my office. I don't think I have your phone number. I may, but if you could contact my office, so get on calendar. I'd like to discuss these matters with you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Alva Lopez, ELVA, LOPEZ. I'm here to share my experience as a female physician at Kern Medical in the Department of OBGYN. I was recruited to increase gender diversity, improve the toxic work culture, and improve the quality of care. During my tenure, I held many titles and received excellent evaluations. However, this did not protect me from being targeted by the department chair, Dr. Juan Lopez, and administration, Dr. Goldis. This occurred after my statement of concern to the Kern County Authority. I believed I was unfairly admonished by Dr. Goldis and HR at the direction of Dr. Juan Lopez for sharing my concerns and bringing to light many inequities and dysfunctional practices in our department. These are conflict of interest of Kern Medical faculty covering for Omni patients well before the merging of Kern Medical with Omni, lack of faculty wellness, unfair practices of scheduling conflicts, not allowing lunch or travel time, lack of faculty development, lack of communication, lack of leadership. Dr. Goldis stated I was disruptive and divisive. I submitted a formal complaint to HR because I had not received any assistance or communication from the Kern County Authority, and I felt retaliation was escalating based on the outcome of that meeting. I was excluded from duties as assistant program director, and Dr. Goldis used his authority to intimidate me during an OBGYN interview committee meeting, which he was not part of. I submitted a second formal complaint to HR. After what happened to Dr. Rivera and her experience, I deliberated and concluded that I alone was not going to affect the change so badly needed in this department. I resigned because of unfair treatment of female faculty, a pervasive culture of fear and retaliation, the lack of due process for women faculty, the existence of a misogynistic culture where one man, Dr. Juan Lopez, controls the narrative, the lack of leadership, administration support of toxic behavior, mediocre performances rewarded. I was tired of coming to work in survival mode, having to hold my breath and my opinion, being uninspired and undervalued, while my male colleagues continue to be immune to any corrective action for their unprofessional behavior. I am pleading for your assistance. Our community deserves an OBGYN department where the priorities are on improving healthcare, to model professional behavior and have fair and just treatment of all residents and faculty, regardless of gender.
Thank you, Doctor. Could you submit that to us as well? Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. If you're waiting on us, you're backing up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was
That's okay.
Paul Infesty, P-A-U-L-L-I-N-F-E-S-T-Y. I think that's the first time I remember to spell it. I, for one, want to say that I don't find it very suspicious in what happened in 2022 election between who voted, for example, for the voted in the county clerk's office, and also who voted in the district attorney's office. For example, there's only 10% difference between the two votes, and the one that was competitive, there was about 100,000 votes, and the race where Cynthia Zimmer was the only person on the ballot, there was about 90,000 votes. So there's only a 10% difference, and I know a lot of people, as I stated last time, we don't always vote in the single races because, you know, they're going to win, and some of us like to see at least competition. So I don't think that's unreasonable that there would be a 10% difference in those two races. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lindquist. Good morning.
Good morning. Janine Adams, A-D-A-M-S, Janine, J-E-A-N-I-N-E. Retired employee, Kern County employee from the assessor's office. I spoke at the last meeting. Kern County, oil is king. That has been the mantra. However, things have changed. In 1984, I mean, that wasn't so long ago, but it was 40 years ago. I mean, we were just recognizing an employee for being here for 40 years. But in 1984, the natural resources tax basis was 80% of the real estate tax basis for the county of Kern. So as oil went, so did the county revenue in this county in 1984, 40 years ago. Now, on our current tax roll, the natural resources area accounts for less than 15% of the overall tax roll. Therefore, we're not as dependent, we have diversified. I think that this is important to understand, and of that less than 15%, that includes both wind and solar resources that are taxed. And so the actual oil revenue is even less. I encourage the CAO's office to work closely in determining the correct estimate for our revenue from these sources, as well as all of the real estate sources that we receive tax revenue. As far as the comments from our first presenter, all the person needed to do if they brought their ballot in and they brought an envelope, their envelope that they received with their name on it was to place their ballot into the envelope, seal it, sign it like they were placing it in the mail, and deposit it in a slot. Period, end of sentence. My husband worked the poll in Tehachapi, and he said, quite frankly, the majority of the ballots were placed that way. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Adams. Other speakers this morning?
Can I speak?
Well, is it a short?
It's short.
We're not here to do rebuttal.
No. I was going to address the ballot issue that I brought up
Can you state your name for the record again?
Oh, Jess Sanders.
Thank you.
That I didn't have pictures for before, and then I brought in pictures. I was asked to submit them, but I was told not to. As we've collected more, we're going to turn them in as a group.
Who told you not to submit them?
There's just a group of people that they want them all turned in at the same time so they don't get dwindled away a few at a time.
Oh, you weren't told this by the county. It's someone.
No, the county actually wanted me to turn in what I had.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I just clarify, Chairman?
Sure.
Good to see you again. My question was very specific about the ballots that you testified here or attested to seeing inside of a trash dumpster.
Yeah.
And I asked you, were you able to get a picture of those since it's
No.
Profoundly significant evidence? And I asked you if you had a phone with a camera, which most people do, but not everyone does. You indicated that you were in your work clothes and that the phone was in the car, so you did not get a picture of that.
I did not.
Okay, I just want to state that for the record. I was asking specific to that particular testimony.
Well, that's why I started taking pictures of
Got
things
it.
now.
Perfect. So the pictures that you're referring to bringing in are not of that original
No.
statement you made. Thank you so
No.
much, Chairman.
That
Thank
is
you.
what we're collecting now. Thank you.
Thank you. Other public statements today?
30 seconds.
You don't need to raise your hand. If there's anyone here that wants to.
Right back here. You were here before I was. Go right on ahead.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, brother.
No, we're not doing rebuttal. What we're here to do is to make a statement, and I'm trying to treat everyone the same way.
Absolutely.
So once I allow you guys up twice, everybody else is going to get up twice.
Completely different matter. Just a reminder. My name is Pamela
But now
Reese.
you're going over, now when we ask you to go 2 minutes and you take 2 minutes and you come back, now we can't do another 2 minutes.
I think I had like 15 seconds on my last.
Okay,
Okay.
let's run through it. What matter is it now?
Well, this is regarding the Taft Highway and Old River intersection and the drunk driver who piled into a home, causing fire and displacement of the family back in 2022. I just wanted to give you, if you want, the name of the defendant and the case numbers and the next hearing date, just because you all seemed interested in what I had to say and what hasn't been done yet.
Would you supply
Especially-
those to Ms. Martinez right over there?
Yes, thank you so much.
You bet.
Hey, brother, it's all you.
Did you raise your, ma'am, right in the center here, did you raise your hand or was that her raising her hand? You. Sorry. I heard you, sir. Now, please give us your name and proceed. Do you need a microphone?
My name
We
is
can hear.
Ulysses Hernandez.
Say it again.
My name is Ulysses Hernandez. Okay. And I've been listening to this meeting for quite some time. It's okay. I've been listening to people's comments. I've been listening to the gentlemen that were complaining about the voter elections being stolen. I've heard all this information stating that there were no data recorded. And it seems like, besides Supervisor Perez, of course, that not many of you have addressed the situations in terms of voters and the investigation towards doctors. And my concern is what's happening here in Kern County. Now, I will say that I've been living here for the past 24 years or so, give or take, and I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen several ramps being placed on each curb of the sidewalk. I know it's off topic. Forgive me if I'm being, all over the place. It's my nature. So I've seen several safety regulations placed in downtown Bakersfield, in East Bakersfield. And I've seen several politicians, like Supervisor Perez, Supervisor Flores, who genuinely care and about their constituents. They care about their community. So my comment is for the most part, I am satisfied with the way things are, but I feel like we can do better. I feel like we can do what's best, not only for the people of Kern County, but also for communities that Supervisor Flores can do, and as well as Supervisor Perez's community. And so that's my 2 cents in a way. Sorry to have taken most of your time. I hope things are going well for you, and this is for you because I heard you sneezing from a mile away. Thank you so much, and sorry to have wasted your time.
Not a waste. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Any other public speakers this morning? Seeing none, I think that takes us to item 6, which is board member announcements and reports. And seeing none of those, I think that takes us to the end of the morning agenda. I just need a motion to adjourn to closed session. Without objection, we're adjourned. Thank you.